We got us a corpse and cartridge occasion.
Before we talk about this, I have to give a spoiler warning. If you don't want to watch spoilers, I don't even know why you would click on a video that has data mined in the title. We're going to be talking about Zafina, which is confirmed to be in Tekken 8 via the leak, and then also Azazel. Not Azel, Azazel. This guy was a boss in Tekken 6, and he kind of changed the trajectory of Tekken. Jin did all of this stuff to try to kill him and basically get rid of the Devil Gene, but he failed. Jin Kazama really tried to end everything, and Zafina was on his side, Wang was on his side. So many characters had faith, they believed that Jin Kazama would get the job done, and he just didn't. As a result, Zafina had to swoop around, basically suck up the remnants of Azazel in her hand, and she had to basically sacrifice her body to do that. We see in Tekken 7 that Azazel is kind of corrupting her brain. Azazel is kind of making her evil, making her dangerous. If you look at her story, it basically says one of two things will happen. One, she's looking for Claudio and she hopes Claudio can help her. In Claudio's story, it doesn't say whether or not that happened. Two, the other thing, it says that she's running out of time. Every second, every day, every hour that goes by, Azazel takes more control over her. With enough energy, with enough time, with enough chaos, he could break free. One thing that we also got to keep in mind is the prophecy that was foretold long time ago. Zafina explains this to us. She says the two evil stars will fight one another, and this will basically bring upon Ragnarok, the end of days. It already happened once, right? These two characters fighting created enough chaos, Azazel was awoken. You have to imagine in Tekken 8, if they fight, which they are fighting, it's going to bring upon another, awakening of Azazel. This time, we don't know whether or not Zafina will be corrupted and basically Azazel will corrupt her body, take over her body, or we don't know if he simply will break free. No, we don't know which of the two will happen. You have this data mined image that was found within Tekken 8, and I've been staring at this for probably 2 weeks. I've been staring at this, trying to just understand what this is. Because one thing we got to keep in mind too, right? Harada put out a tweet because there's a lot of other stuff that leaked and data mined and whatnot. So he said some of the information is old, some of the information is deleted. So one part of my brain was trying to figure out, is this something that the developers deleted? This Azazel, is this some remnant files from Tekken 6 and they just haven't scrubbed it yet? Or will Azazel actually be summoned in Tekken 8? I think that would be really cool. One that would show us a little bit more of what the character is, what they mean, maybe Jin gets a rematch. It would kind of tie that Tekken 6 Raven remaster stage. That can probably be related to Azazel in some weird way. I think there's a lot of cool things they could do with bringing this character back, especially when you talk about when and where, because Zafina's on the move. She is not stationary. So depending on when that fight in New York takes place and where Zafina is at, so much chaos can be created. Here's something that I want to point out in Tekken 6. In Tekken 6, Jin purposely summoned Azazel, and as soon as Azazel awoke, Jin was already standing there. Lars and Raven was already standing there. So Azazel didn't even get a chance to breathe. If he just pops up in some random town that Zafina just so happened to be at, this time there will be no Raven and Lars and Jin there to immediately defeat him. So he will be able to go on this long rampage and basically we will be able to see what his goals are. So I think if he was actually resurrected in Tekken, we would get to see action out of him. Not reaction, but action. Especially after being defeated in Tekken 6, he's going to have that much more urgency on his mind. So I think this is very interesting. Once again, I don't know if this is something that's been deleted in Tekken 6 and it's just remaining files, or if this is 100% something we'll see in Tekken 8. I think it would be cool to see Zafina get corrupted, and it would add to all of the chaos that's ongoing. Claudio, Zafina, Jun Kazama, Azazel, Zafina, Jin, Kazuya, Lars. It would be chaos. Here's something that I'm trying to comprehend with Tekken. There is so many key elements at play here, and I just wonder how the story is going to juggle all of it. When you have so many characters, at a certain point it becomes too many and the story kind of gets lost.